ready to party.
Bonsoir mesdames et messieurs et bienvenue à notre show Chercher l'artiste. Good evening ladies and gentlemen and welcome to our show Chercher l'artiste. I am Leslie Dalencour and tonight we have a fantastic, fabulous artist, but she's a jack of all trade. Our FAYOLA. FAYOLA, bienvenue.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you so much that you came back because you know there is so much that you're doing. I want to be part of the whole shenanigan.
Okay.
She is working here in Miami.
Yes.
She's working in DC.
Yes.
And you're working all around too for...
I'm also doing stuff in New York and in California, which we'll talk to about another time because that's much later in the year. Yeah.
So, now tell our telespectateurs who you are exactly, because you also are Eben.
Yes, I'm FAYOLA Nikes. I'm the founder of Eben, which is a plant-based, holistic hair, skin, and home care brand.
And I use it.
Yes, and we're celebrating 25 years this year. Been around for a little while.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yes, it's 25 years this year. And we have a store downtown, as you know.
Yes.
You can also get our products on Amazon. Mm-hmm. And I'm also the chairwoman for the Haitian Cultural Arts Alliance, where I put together movies for the community because I want to have remember when we used to live in Haiti? We used to go to Imperial with our family. Mm-hmm. I feel like the Haitian community doesn't have something like that available to them, and that's why I started that movie initiative. We have a movie that we're showing this weekend.
And is it movies that the producers are from here, or they can be from Haiti, they send their product, or?
I specialize on Haitian talent.
That's excellent.
Because I feel like there's enough content in English and Spanish.
Right.
And I really want to focus on French and Creole content for our community. Mm-hmm. So the movies that I show are in French or Creole or a combination of both with English subtitles.
Oh, wow, that's great. And that's in Little Haiti.
We're doing them in Little Haiti and in the historic district of Overtown. So we do 2 showings.
Right.
And it gives a lot of visibility to the Haitian artists, the producers, the actors. And it also creates programming for us, by us. And this is my 2nd year doing
Congratulations.
This. Thank you.
And you've had a lot of success with them?
I've had a lot of success. People were very skeptical at the beginning. They were like, FAYOLA, everybody's showing a movie. And I'm like, yeah, but they don't have what's in my head. I know what I'm curating. You know, I know what I would look for.
So what are you preparing for? Because you're obviously preparing to do a big blast.
I'm showing Skin Deep, à fleur de peau, this weekend. I'm not sure that this episode will come out on time for that, but we're also showing Carrefour for Haitian History Month. And we have Noir en France.
Oh, Haitian History Month, that's May 18 is our...
Yes. So for the whole month, we're going to have different things happening Haitian related in Little Haiti and also in Overtown.
Yeah, you were telling me there's going to be a lot of events, and I want everybody to be aware that some of those events are free.
They're all the ones that we're putting together are free. Some of them are paid, but most of them are free.
Excellent. And how is parking in Little Haiti?
I mean, there's parking all around the cultural center.
Because every time I've gone to events there, I've found parking and I didn't have to pay.
Yeah.
And it was kind of inside of something that looked really nice and it was very secure.
And it's very safe.
And inside of the cultural center is beautiful. It's gorgeous, huh?
It is.
It's very beautiful.
It is. And what's funny is that other cultures come to our cultural center and they want to be part of it.
Correct.
So I'm okay with them being part of it, but I don't want it to get to a point where we are erased and other people are taking over.
And then erasing us.
And that's the reason why I'm creating as much programming that's Haitian based as possible. You know, and I've been told by several people, you know, you cannot just focus on only Haitian. I said, well, that's my job. You know, I think there's enough happening for everybody else.
I'm sure.
And there's a lot of people focusing on those other things. And I want to, because, you know, I want to create things that bring us together. I know when I first came to the United States, my parents didn't speak English. It took them a very long time to make connections so they can get me to go to school. Something as simple as going to school because they didn't know anyone, right? And having these community events together brings people together and they can connect and talk to each other and have things move along, not only for their family, but for their children. And it creates this sense of togetherness that our community needs.
Right.
And so it's not just a movie. People are like, oh, I'm not just doing movies.
And we do need to teach our compatriots that we need to help one another.
Exactly.
And we need to be able to push what we do up front and not be ashamed of it.
No.
Because when you look at the Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, and they're all together. You go to Hialeah, let me tell you, you're in Cuba.
Right.
The other day I went to Little Havana. I was scared.
Why?
because I knew Little Havana 20 years ago when it was bad, and it looked phenomenal.
I like Little Havana.
Yeah.
I feel like when I step into Little Havana, I'm literally in Cuba.
I'm telling you.
And that's what I envision for Little
And
Haiti.
if you don't speak Spanish, they don't speak
Forget
to
it,
you.
you're lost. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
They'll speak to me in Spanish and I'll answer in English, which kind of gets on their nerves sometimes.
Do you imagine if we had that for Creole? You go to a shop and moun la commence parler Creole avec ou?
I mean, in Little Haiti, that's what we have, you know, and I don't want to lose that. Monsieur Louis was recently displaced because someone bought the corner of the cultural center. The rest of the block is privately owned.
Okay.
And so he gave Monsieur Louis some time to close.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately for him, Monsieur Louis shared that with me.
Right.
So I got on it right away.
Right.
And I've also advised a couple of the commissioners about it. And so they're moving Monsieur Louis around the corner where people can still get things from Haiti in his store.
Right.
Like whenever I want cassave, mamba haïtien, stuff like that, I go to Monsieur Louis. So my kids was like, this is a very important store to keep in the community.
Yes.
And luckily, the developer listened to us and he relocated Monsieur Louis. One day I was at an event and he was talking about the different plans that he was doing and he didn't know who I was yet. So he walked up to me. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm going to do in the corner in the blue building, I'm going to do a restaurant in the front and I'm going to have the courtyard. And I'm listening to him because the blue building is Monsieur Louis' building. So I'm getting that fin parler. He told me about all his plans and when he was done, I looked at him as cold as can be and I said, so what's going to happen to Monsieur Louis? His face was like, oh my God.
Right.
And then I introduced myself. I said, hi, I'm FAYOLA Nikes, and I'm the chairwoman of the Haitian Cultural Arts Alliance. I go to Monsieur Louis a lot. And I'm also the former chairwoman of the Little Haiti Revitalization Trust, where I know funds are available for him to keep his business going. And it was my understanding that you were going to move him into that blue building. He's like, oh, yes.
And you're making sure that
we're
this
gonna
is happening.
Oh, yes. He's like, yes, we're going to put him in the front, and then we'll have everything else going on in the back. And I said, okay. And that was that. And then I called Monsieur Louis because I have his number. I said, Monsieur Louis, stay on top of this man.
And then let you know, keep you posted because you know you don't want those people say
the thing is, there's a lot of gentrification happening in Haiti, and I'm not against someone coming and making changes in the community, but don't make changes where you are erasing the pillar businesses that make the community what it is.
Exactly.
Monsieur Louis is that. Monsieur Mapou is that, Piment Bouk is there, and all those things are things that are in Little Haiti and have been in Little Haiti forever.
Forever.
So you cannot just come in and bulldoze them out of the community.
No.
And Monsieur Piment Bouk, I think he owns his building, and Monsieur Mapou owns his building as well. Monsieur Louis did not own his, but we make sure that he's staying in the community because I need my mom buying casa.
But Piment Bouk, I remember flying from Washington, D.C., stopping in Miami, and for sure, making sure that I would come in early morning and then fly back to DC at night, so I can have time to go to Little Haiti and then pick up bags of things
food.
Because Southwest gives you 2 bags
for free, yes.
And pack and bring for my friends in Washington D.C. that don't have it. And it was like, Leslie is arriving in D.C. National.
So yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to Monsieur Louis reopening his store, you know, and he's much older and he's been in the community for over 25 years.
And probably his kids are going to take over or something like that.
Well, you know, that's the unfortunate things in our communities is a lot of times the kids don't want to take over.
Yeah,
you know, that's something that we need to change in our communities, because when you look at Chinese communities, Jewish communities, the kids take over the businesses. But in the Haitian community, that's not always the case.
Well, but they're not groomed also for that. You know, like, for example, my parents wanted me to take over their business, but I was not going to be able to stay in Haiti and so on and so forth. So, and also probably the kids have a different opinion. They want to go to school here and they want to become not a doctor, not a lawyer, not an engineer.
But what they need to understand is that there's something called generational wealth.
Correct.
And you accumulate that by keeping the business family in the family.
Correct.
Whether or not you want to be a doctor and you don't want to run your dad's business, you should try to keep the business open even if you hire someone to run it.
I agree.
There's a reason why we have the Hiltons and the Trumps.
That's true.
And people like that. Those family, the Kellogg's, those family businesses have stayed in the family, and the descendants of those names benefit from those businesses. And that's something that we need to teach in our community. I try to talk to my kids about stuff like that. Neither one of them wants to be in the business. And I said, well, if you guys don't want to be involved in the business, that's fine. But you will have to find a way to keep the legacy going.
Right.
Or I will, you know, get your cousins involved.
Correct.
Ou bien moi vendre tout bagay and I use the money to go around the world and don't come asking me for anything, because I'm working this hard for you.
Exactly.
And for the future generations. And you may not see the big picture, but I see it. And
because we are the first generation.
Right. I won't even say that I'm the first generation. I'm not the first generation Haitian American. I am Haitian. My kids are the first generation Haitian Americans, because you know I left Haiti and came here. I wasn't born in America. So you know, it's just it's a whole different mentality.
Because the kids now are like whoa.
Yeah. My son will kill me if I shared his Instagram or his YouTube channel, but he's doing very well. And I won't mention it, but he started this thing last year. And he has like 68,000 followers in 1 year on Instagram and 199,000 on YouTube.
That's excellent.
Just like that. You know, and he's creating content. And I'm like, that's wonderful, but
it's not what you're doing.
I said, you need to go to school eventually anyway. You cannot just drop. He's taken a couple semesters off, and I said, you're going to have to go back to school because you cannot do this in your 50s and so forth. And, you know, and I understand too how, as a young person, you need to get certain things out of your system. Because I was that kid, you know.
I was.
When my mother told me that I could not go into modeling because she didn't think that I would succeed at it, I was like, oh, okay, so let me show you. You know, so that's the kind of mentality that I see in my son too.
I understand. They were scared for us.
Yeah.
Like when my parents saw a person performing in front of 20,000-30,000 people, and they were thinking, oh wow, if you lost your mind. Right. I mean, what are you going to do in a stadium? You know, that's pure insanity.
The thing is that that's not how you do business in Haiti. So, but right now modeling is very popular in Haiti. There are quite a few Haitian models in the industry. So, but But the thing, what I'm trying to get back to is like, I know what it's like not to have your parents' support when you have a dream.
Right.
And I was strong enough not to care whether I had the support or not. But not everyone is like that. So I try to be supportive of him. but he has to have a plan B.
No, I agree. I agree. We're going to take a little break. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.
Okay.
Are you ready to party? The Haitian nation. I like Are you ready to party? The Haitian nation. I like
And ladies and gentlemen, we're back with our fabulous guest, FAYOLA. I love your name so much. I would call a perfume FAYOLA.
FAYOLA. Well, what's
Don't
funny,
you think that's a beautiful...
I do like my name. And the funny thing is, I was to be called FAYOLA.
Oh,
And my mom did not want anyone to call me Fab for short, because in Haiti we have a
right.
detergent
They
called
would have
Fab.
called you Fab.
And so she took the B and the I out and she put a Y, calling me FAYOLA.
What's your name? FAYOLA. Just FAYOLA.
No, I mean, I've had people tell me, they're like, why didn't you call your business FAYOLA instead of Eben? I like Eben.
I like it, Ben.
I like Eben. I later on found out that my name was Nigerian. I didn't even know that. I was at a Kinko's once and they called FAYOLA, so I went to the counter and this gentleman came from Nigeria. He goes, "Are you Nigerian?" And I said, "No, I'm not Nigerian. I'm Haitian." He goes, "Well, your name is Nigerian, and if you want, I can tell you what it means." I was like, "Okay." So he told me what it meant, and I thought, wow, my parents had no clue what
it meant.
What it meant, and it means worth her weight in gold,
Ooh.
and it also means walks with honor.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And I thought, wow, that's pretty amazing. And I try to walk with honor all the time.
But what about the gold?
That's for others to decide if they appreciate.
That's true.
I mean, I know my worth, but it's for others to.
I know your worth because I've spoken to a lot of people in the community, and you have done so much for so many people, including
you.
I remembered when that big they were giving that grant of $6 million. How much you fought for them?
Yes.
And I mean, if you guys knew the story, look at one of our previous shows with FAYOLA on demand on Island TV. No, seriously, a lot of people have benefited from your work, and I know it's hard work dealing in the community, trying to get,
It is, and I don't get paid, and I'm not looking to get paid.
Correct.
I think it's my duty as a Haitian to help other Haitians. That's what we're supposed to do. I've had people try to pull me into politics, and I'm not a politician.
No.
I don't want to be in politics.
No.
However, I want to make sure that I have a voice where I can talk to politicians and get things done for the community.
I agree. Yes. I believe politics is very dirty.
It is.
I can be a very good person, but I can also be a very bad person. And so I would rather be the good one.
Yeah, I don't think they would like me much, because I remember when I was sitting as chair, I really like things to be done a certain way, and I have certain expectations.
Correct.
And when you run a business and then you try to work with the city where things are so different, it will drive you crazy.
Correct.
And it's not like it just takes things take longer to happen on the government side versus the private sector.
Yeah, because I can understand when they tell you 3 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now, what's up about tomorrow? What are you doing today that cannot be done tomorrow?
Because they have so many steps to go through. And if I was to get involved, I probably would streamline that. And a lot of people will lose their jobs because it's like, go from A to B. We don't have to go from A
Correct.
to B, then to B to C,
Yeah,
then to C.
yeah,
and
I
it's,
agree,
and it's
I
just a
agree.
whole different
I agree.
way of doing things that, I mean, it has worked for them.
Right.
I just don't have the patience for
I
it.
totally agree with you. So how now does that work took you to Washington?
Well, it's funny because when I started to show the movies here,
Yes.
I had the opportunity to participate at a couple events in Washington. And while I was participating on those events, I made it my duty to stop by the embassy.
Which is a beautiful.
It's a beautiful property.
Amazing. I mean, if you're ever in the area, please make sure you visit the Haitian embassy.
Yes.
And the staff there, absolutely fabulous.
They're wonderful,
Fantastic.
wonderful people. And so I made it my duty to meet with the person that was in charge of programming. So she and I met, and I told her what my idea was for the community, and she says, okay, let's see what we can make happen. And I started doing events there as well.
Right.
And then we've done a couple fairs there as well for Haitian businesses.
Right.
And so that's how I got involved in DC. But prior to that, I was working with, well, not really working with them, but more like supporting a foundation called Roots of Development, where they do a lot of work on the island of Lagonave. And back in 2012, I got introduced to the gentleman. His name is Chad Bissonnette. And
I know Chad.
Yes,
He
really
has
great
done
guy.
so many events in
Yes,
DC.
yes.
Oh
So
my God.
I've partnered with them on some of those events. We've sponsored his gift bags.
You know,
and things
he
like
has
that.
brought electricity by the sun. How do you call this thing?
Yeah,
Solar
panels. Yeah.
In Lagonave.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, he has taken Lagonave as his baby, and he's
Yes.
done wonders. So I started out with Chad, and then eventually made it to the embassy because he
Oh
was
my
the first
gosh.
person that brought me to DC.
Yeah, he is unbelievable. Hi, Chad. I know you're going to see this show.
Hi, Chad.
So that's amazing that
Yes.
we went to parties. We went to parties downtown. On the mall with
Beautiful
Lisa
food.
Larac-Piquion.
Yes,
and
we love Lisa.
Wow, incredible! I don't know.
I had not met Lisa yet. I met her much later.
Right.
And she's such a wonderful soul. She really means
Oh,
well.
amazing! She
Yeah.
writes also, you know
Yes,
that.
yes,
And
yes.
writes and does fashion music for fashion.
Yeah.
She has a song called "Fashion Is Passion." Oh, it's fabulous.
She's very, very talented.
Yes.
And she wears
Yeah.
many hats as well.
Her name is Lisa Bell. Check Lisa Bell.
Yes.
Anyway, so then now you're going to do an event now in DC.
Right. So we've shown movies there, and what I did was I partnered with the Association of Haitian Professionals, where I want to do events with them. So we're doing a Mother's Day Bazaar, where we're focusing on Haitian brands and Haitian businesses. Kaya Tizan is partnering up with us. She's a woman that represents 100 Haitian artisans.
Wow.
She buys their work from them and she resells it. And she helps them get their work out there.
And they're artisan from Haiti.
From everyone is in Haiti,
Wow.
including Kaya
Right.
Tizan. Yeah.
You know, I have to introduce you to somebody that's doing some great stuff in Haiti
Oh.
with Haitians too. But okay, so what is that event going to entail as far as us being here, and if we have friends in DC or Maryland, because DC is the DMV, you know.
Right, the DMV.
The-
so it's happening in Silver Springs
Silver Spring, right?
at the Silver Springs Civic Center.
Okay.
And it is to bring together the Haitian community to support Haitian businesses. And one of the reasons why I took on this initiative is because a lot of the women participating with me have their atelier in Haiti, which have been shut down for a while and are not
Right.
generating any kind of income whatsoever.
Right.
So this gives them a way to sell their products, to get visibility in America for their work, and keep things going back home. Yeah.
That's really excellent. That's promoting our art.
Yes, and
I mean,
supporting each other.
because when you are in DC, you're pretty much far away from the Miami style thing, you know.
Right, right.
Here we are very close to home, and
Yes.
we are reminded very often, you know,
Right,
of
right.
kidnap and things like that.
Right.
If you have a guy that's selling kidnap in the streets in Washington DC,
That would go crazy.
in 10 minutes,
It would cause
there's gonna be a
accidents.
mob. Accident?
I know, yeah.
I
And,
w-
and that's the reason why I am taking it to DC, because I feel like, you know, the Haitian community there doesn't have access to home the way that we have it
No,
here in Miami. And also, it exposes these artisans and these businesses to the Haitian community there that they wouldn't have
Correct,
access to
correct.
otherwise. My plan is to take them also to Boston, New York,
Right.
California.
Right.
I've been talking to the gentleman who's in charge of the California Film Festival. We're
Right.
planning on collaborating together. Just, you know, the thing is, I know how hard it is for them, and they have families and people that they're supporting back home.
Correct.
And to have all means of making money
Mm-hmm.
cut off, where you still have children to take care of and provide
Right.
for, and some of them are stuck here.
Right.
One of them tried to travel over the weekend and she couldn't because everything was
To Haiti,
canceled.
no. But do you have literature about that? Do you have things where the people would be able to go?
Yes, yes. I sent you a flyer, so if they will share it.
Okay, then we will make sure that our
Yeah.
producer has it, and so
Yes.
it says everything on the flyer.
It says the dates, which are May 3rd and 4th,
Mm-hmm.
at different times. There's an Eventbrite where they can register.
Right.
The event is free.
Right.
And they can get information on there as well if they want to be a vendor. Yeah.
No, that's really excellent, because not only that you're taking the stuff from our country and the artists from here and all that, bring them to DC, to the DMV. When you say DC, it's not just Washington
yeah.
DC, it's Maryland, Virginia, and DC, because
yeah.
they are right next to the other. And you can be like 5 minutes you're in DC, 5 minutes you're in Maryland, 5 minutes you're in Virginia.
Or you could have one foot in DC.
You could.
Yeah.
You could at Keybridge.
Yes.
Where they did The Exorcist. They have the stairway to The
really?
Exorcist. You've never gone there?
I've driven around, but I didn't know they did The Exorcist there.
I wouldn't go there, but people go up the stair.
Yeah.
It's
Interesting.
right on Keybridge, and it's the 3 points there.
Interesting.
But you know, our show is not that long, so I want to make sure I cover everything. What else?
Okay.
What else are you doing?
Well, we have the movies, and they can follow us actually on social media to get updates.
Tell me what's the.
They can follow my page, which is at Eben Naturals. That's EBENE Naturals with an S. On Instagram. They can follow AHP, which is the Association of Haitian Professionals.
Wow,
Also,
AHP.
AHP. They can also follow Kai Artisan, which is spelled Kay, Artisan ARTIZAN. And they will get all the information about the shows, because the three of us are the ones putting it together. And they can find out how they can get involved.
Yes.
And connect with the Haitian community.
And
in
then
DC.
get to meet other Haitians and get
Yeah.
to help other Haitians that are around the world. We have to stay together.
Right.
We have to stand together and then move and go in the world.
Collectively.
Collectively.
And that's one thing that I want to see more of in our community, you know.
And for May, you're going to do a few things here too?
For May, we're showing movies here. There's also an art exhibit at the Little Haiti Cultural Center. And we also have, there's a gentleman doing a cremas competition.
Yeah, I heard of that, but I'm not allowed to drink anymore. I've drank my quota.
There's going to be a cremas competition. They're going to have also the flag celebration.
Right.
They're going to have a lot of different things happening. If they go to the Little Haiti Cultural Center's Instagram page, they'll see all the information there too.
And it's at Little
It's at LHCC Miami.
Okay.
I believe.
Well, if they type on Google Little Haiti Cultural
on
Center,
Instagram.
on Instagram,
They will
it will
find
come
it.
up.
I think that's what it is. yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
That's fantastic. Well, we've covered a lot.
A lot.
And I know I'm going to have you back. I know I'm going to have you back.
It's always a pleasure to be here.
Always, I love when you come and visit
Thank
me.
you.
And I really thank you on behalf of everybody that's out there for all the beautiful and hard work that you're doing.
Thank you so
I
much.
really want to wish you the best, and I want to see you at the top.
Thank you.
Along with Eben.
Thank you.
Don't forget, check Eben. And ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure being with you, with our guest, FAYOLA.
FAYOLA.
Just FAYOLA.
It's easier.
I love your
It's so
name
much
so
easier.
much. Anyway, we'll be back with you next Sunday, same place, same time. I am Leslie Dalencour. Take time to do something nice for somebody this week. I
Yes.
love you. Bye.
Bye.
Are you ready to party?